That was a seminar of senior people. Al Mittal and Terry Head, I think, was there. That is where the first ideas started as ideas. And they were brought forward to the board.
FAIM, I believe, was starting during the presidency of Tom Ansley. And he, together with Brian Bennett, were really the motors to drive the program forward. I worked closely with Ernst & Young to explain to Ernst & Young what an international move was, because they had not a clue.
So you know from yourself that you can do a very good job. But the question is, okay, what about your shipping line? Yeah? And what about your destination agent? So if you can audit that, then you have a big step ahead of your competitors. The big multinationals in Europe, from day one, they were enthusiastic about that idea.
It took us about 2 years to set up the program and to come with, let's say, with the first kind of manual.
It was a voluntary basis. It was people who wanted to do it could apply for it.
The first certificates were awarded in Brazil. The Nijman company in Rotterdam was one of them.
And then in '98, FIDI was challenged by the EU Commission that the entrance process was not in line with the rules. At that point, the FIDI board decided that FAIM could be the entrance criteria. It would be a level playing field. And I was involved in making that mandatory, which was not an easy job.
It developed quite fast, in fact, although FIDI at that time had no more involvement than receiving reports from Ernst & Young.
In order to help our affiliates, we needed to bring the FCC in-house. We needed to bring it into FIDI. We needed to be able to talk to our customers, the affiliates, and help them reach the standard by providing them templates, guidelines, tips, workshops, all kinds of stuff. And I think John from FCC has been instrumental in that. In fact, if you ask our affiliates now, the difference between 4 years ago and now is that they have a direct access to the office to ask very practical questions on how do we implement that standard.
The whole idea of FAIM is to make sure that our quality program is up to date according to today's business environment and needs, and to make sure that our affiliates are operating according to those standards set by FIDI.
FAIM actually develops with what customers require, with what the market requires, with what's happening in the industry. If you look at today's world, in the corporate world, they're also looking for compliance. It's a unique opportunity for the corporate customer that we do their due diligence in a way, because if they have a new provider, they have to kind of vet that provider. And FAIM does that for them.
Our clients have the assurance that the providers are following industry best practices on services, invoicing, getting audited by Ernst & Young.
It's accepted by bigger corporate customers, it's accepted by certain governmental institutions. We see it more and more coming up in tenders.
It says a lot about a company who wants to be FAIM accredited and wants to have a seal of approval and have that outside audit.
We look for providers that can extend quality assurance to us, and FIDI accredited companies provide that to us.
We already have a great foundation, and we're continuing to build the FAIM house, growing on each building block to really make it secure. And I don't know if it'll ever be finished, but that's a good thing. We want to continue to grow.